I used to waste hours staring at charts, just second-guessing my entries and overanalyzing and spending too much time. But deep down, I really just wanted a tool that could think for me. Then I stumbled upon Trade Ideas, which claims it finds high-probability setups using real AI. Sounds too good to be true, it's just gotta be the hype, right? I didn't believe them either, so I actually put it to the test, and here's what I found. But whenever I try out a new trading tool, the first thing I do before spending a dime on the program itself is head straight for the user reviews. And with Trade Ideas, I wasn't looking for the praise and all the glowing stuff. I wanted the dirt, because if there's a deal breaker, it usually shows up in the 1-star, 2-star Trade Ideas reviews section first, before I actually get to it. So let me start with one that jumped out at me first. One reviewer said that he signed up for the Trade Ideas test drive. That's where you pay a small fee to try the platform before committing. Sounds fair, but according to him, most of the features didn't work during the test period, and he wasn't warned about it up front. He also claimed that he followed a few of the AI's trades and ended up losing money. And the interface? He described it as clunky, low resolution, and that it felt like something right out of the 90s. Pretty harsh, right? But here's the thing. We don't know what trades he followed, or if he understood how the system worked, and if you do follow an AI, it's not always guaranteed to get it right. And with any software, especially trading software, there is a learning curve. You can't expect to plug in, blindly follow alerts, and instantly profit. That's not how trading or life works. Plus, from what I've seen, that experience seems more like the exception than the norm among all of these reviews. I mean, Trade Ideas holds a 4.7 out of 5-star rating, and that's across hundreds of users. That tells you something. Another guy wrote that he'd been using Trade Ideas for a while now, and he called it fast, responsive, and useful. And what stuck with me was how he described the AI as feeling like a smart assistant that runs in the background, spotting patterns, and alerting him when a solid setup forms. He even mentioned how helpful it was to backtest strategies with historical data before risking real capital. And using the AI for that and doing that backtesting seems really prevalent among these reviews. Here's another trader who actually used Trade Ideas for quite a while, and this user raved about the graphing features. He uses the new highs versus new lows graph to confirm market direction and spot inflection points. He's got it set up across sectors, which helps him see which areas are rotating in or out throughout the trading day. So for someone like me who likes reading the market context really quickly, that's a big plus. Bottom line, sure, not everyone has a perfect experience, and there were some negative reviews, but overwhelmingly, traders who take the time to learn how to use the platform properly seem to find some serious value in it. Now, after all of that, I finally got started using it myself, and when I started using the tools in Trade Ideas, things started to get really interesting. So, one of the first things that grabbed my attention was something called the real-time stock race. I'd never seen anything like this, so imagine watching your top stock picks literally race across the screen. Sounds kind of gimmicky, I'm not sure what that would do, but it's actually not. It's basically a data visualization tool that helps you see in real time which stocks are leading the pack and which are falling behind. It distills everything you'd get in a traditional top list window into something you can actually feel and intuit. When I started using it, I could immediately see which of the setups were gaining momentum and which ones were losing steam and wouldn't be good for the long term. And the cool part is that you can build the race around whatever filters you want. Volume spikes, float, RSI levels, sector, whatever strategy you're running, it turns chaotic data into something almost instinctual. Then there's the market dashboards. This one surprised me. It's basically a lightweight, browser-based version of the platform. So it's really perfect when I'm away from my desktop, but I still want to check the pulse of the market and some of the lighter weight features. It's not as feature-heavy as the full Pro version, but it does get the job done, and it's easy. Quick sector scans, volume leaders, top gainers and losers, all just in one spot. It's basically just having your trading cockpit in your pocket. So, is Trade Ideas legit? Well, without a doubt, yeah. But let's talk about what really sets Trade Ideas apart, and that's the AI Holly. So Holly is Trade Ideas' AI engine, and she's not just running some vague behind-the-scenes model. Every night, she analyzes the market using over 60 strategies, runs millions of simulations, and then shows up the next morning with just a hand-picked list of trades. You get entry prices, stops, targets, everything. But just a few. And she doesn't hold positions overnight. She's an intraday girl machine. But now there's even a premium AI long-term strategy trades window for those of us who want to track the moves beyond the day. This new feature gives you insight into which trades might have long-term potential even after Holly exits them, because she doesn't deal with everything after intraday. There were days that I followed Holly's trades just to see how they performed, and honestly, some of them were spot on. You can even pull up her records page to see past trades that made some big moves. It's not hype, and it's not always going to work for you the best, but you can literally study her history, analyze it, figure out which of the strategies work best for you, and use the AI to your liking. And if you like confirmation from both sides of the market, the compare count window is pretty genius. It visually compares bullish versus bearish strategies. By default, it's new highs versus new lows. You'd be surprised how often that snapshot reveals a market turning point before the charts catch up to them. And one more tool that blew me away was TradeWave. This is their new AI-powered buy-sell signal tool. It draws arrows directly on your charts, showing when to enter and when to exit based on the trend. I've tested a bunch of indicators like this before, and most are pretty junk. But TradeWave, it actually felt usable. It kept me in those winning trades much longer and helped me avoid fakeouts for pulling out. And then there's the backtesting through their odds maker tool that I did want to mention. You can run simulations on your strategy, plug in commission costs, define equity and position size. Then you do get a breakdown of your win-loss ratios, average gains, and expected returns, among others. This thing alone, I think, is worth the subscription if you're building with your own systems. I didn't spend as much time on it. I've used other trade ideas alternatives like TradingView and Benzinga before for this type of thing, but TradingView is just amazing for charting, no doubt. And Benzinga has a killer newsfeed, but Trade Ideas isn't trying to be everything. It's laser focused on one thing, finding real-time trade opportunities using automation. So is Trade Ideas worth it over the others? Well, from a features perspective alone, I'd say it's punching way above its weight class. But here's the part that nobody likes talking about, the downsides of the platform, right? So if I'd actually have to nitpick, I'd say that the learning curve is real. Trade Ideas is deep. When I first opened it up, I was hit with what felt like a wall of windows and tabs and scanners. It wasn't plug and play. I had to watch the tutorials, mess around with the settings, and experiment a bit. But you know what? That complexity is also its power. Most tools that are easy right out of the box end up limiting you later once you get used to it. With Trade Ideas, once you get the hang of it, it becomes this finely tuned engine that works with you and that you can work with over time to improve. And when it comes to the pricing of the platform, I'd say that Trade Ideas isn't the cheapest tool out there. So if you're a casual investor who makes 1 or 2 trades a month, it might feel like overkill. But for active traders, the kind who actually want to improve their edge, it's reasonably priced for what it delivers. And that includes live data streaming, scanning, AI-generated trade signals, strategy, backtesting, and just a ton more. So if you want to check all those tools out, try them for yourself, check the link in the description for the most current pricing plan. We do keep that updated with the latest promos or discounts so that you never miss out on a good deal. So, is Trade Ideas worth it? Well, if you're a trader who's tired of guessing and wants a real edge, something backed by data, not gut feeling, then yeah, this is one of the most powerful tools you'll find. Now, it's not magic, you still need to do the work, but if you're serious about improving, Trade Ideas can help you trade smarter, faster, and with more confidence. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.